We just got some exciting reviews from the MagicCon Las Vegas, and here are some. Oops, let me just flip this right. Oh, never mind. It's a double face card, and you know one of them is Avatar Aang, but there are two more. You might see them before, and they are from the Edge of Eternity Commander Precon. Let's talk about these three very interesting, strong, and busted cards for the Commander format. Hi everyone, welcome to Zap Zap Magic. I'm Darren, and today we are going to talk about the three new legendary creatures that were revealed in MagicCon Las Vegas and some other future products too. Let's begin. By the way, this is not a deck tech video, it is just some deck ideas about these commanders. Meet Szarel, Genesis Shepherd. It is a black, red, green Jun commander from the World Shaper precon. It has flying with 2 power and 5 toughness. You can play lands from your graveyard. This is a Crucible World Ramunaf Excavator, Ancient Green Warden, and other similar cards on a commander. Be sure to run cards that can give you extra land drops such as Azusa, Oracle of Modaya, Exploration, Loot, Exuberant Explorer, Wayward Swordtooth, and many more so that you can play your lands over and over again from your graveyard. Speaking of lands, fetch lands are very powerful here. Be sure to include them so you can trigger Szarel sacrifice payoff. Whenever you sacrifice another non-token permanent during your turn, put a number of +1/+1 counters equals to Szarel's power on up to one other target creature. Since it says non-token, this will not happen if you sacrifice treasure, creature, food, or other tokens. But it also includes permanent, which means lands are counted as well. So if you do sacrifice those permanent, you get to put a number of +1/+1 counters equals to Szarel's power, which is 2 +1/+1 counters on one other creature. At the very least, you could start by putting 2 +1/+1 counters on your creature and then make your team bigger and bigger. This almost feels like the Counter Blitz precon from Final Fantasy. Szarel is a payoff commander and rewards you from sacrificing non-token permanents. While itself doesn't have a sacrifice outlet, you probably need to run cards like Sylvan Safekeeper, Zuran Orb, or Squandrel Resources to sacrifice some land, Phyrexian Altar or Ashnod Altar to sacrifice creatures, Yahenni or Yawgmoth, and many more are great as well to get the engine rolling. You want to put +1/+1 counters on creatures like Evolution Witness to get back more permanent cards, Kami or Whisper Hope, or Gaia Sage to get more mana, Maester Seymour so that he can give more counters to your commander during combat, Emperor of Bone to steal your opponent's creature, Gao Pharaoh Youth can deal damage equal to his power to each opponent, and many more. You can double your +1/+1 counters with Branching Evolution, Primal Vigor, the Earth Crystal, Crops Jack Manus, Vorinclex Monstrous Raider, and many more. One advantage you have with this commander is that you have haste from red, so cards like Anger or Rhythm of the Wild are good because you can attack right away. Obviously, this is a Jun landfall deck. We've seen this kind of deck before in Lord Wingrave. Play lands and sacrifice them or other non-token permanent to get value. Szarel is definitely a very strong commander and it looks really fun to play. Also, I forgot to mention it is an insect too, so cards like Amzu, Bumulus, Zaz, Springheart Nantuko, and Scootswamp might be good inclusion as well. Next up, we have Kilo Apogee Mind from the Counterintelligence precon. This is a Jeskai commander with blue, red, white color identity. It has haste and a simple ability. Whenever Kilo becomes tap proliferate, there is no do this once per turn clause. I think they want to make Kilo work well with the station mechanic from Edge of Eternity because the spacecraft needs to get a certain amount of charge counters to become a permanent creature, and proliferating those charge counter can help you get there. For those who don't know, we are introduced with a new mechanic called Station. Tap another creature you control to put a charge counter equal to its power onto this spacecraft. This can only be done at sorcery speed. It is an artifact creature at 7 or more charge counters. In order to turn the Siriman into a creature, you need 7 power or more creature. Now your goal is going to be an efficient space captain. Although to activate Station ability, you need to tap Kilo, which will then trigger Kilo's proliferate ability first. By then, the charge counter hasn't been put onto the spacecraft yet, which is super awkward, but I'm sure the precon has other ways to put charge counters on artifact easily. But other than that, this is so busted. First of all, you need to find ways to tap this creature, which you can do with Paradise Mantle, Aura of Dominant, Relic of Legend, Free from the Real, Springleaf Drum, and many more to trigger Kilo's proliferate ability. You want to proliferate the charge counters on artifacts specifically. There are some artifacts that can convert charge counters into mana, like Pent Up Prism and Gemstone Array. From there, you can generate some mana. If you don't have charge counter, Relic of Legend works too. Next, you need to ensure Kilo is enchanted with either Aura of Dominant or Free from the Real. Use that generated mana to untap Kilo and repeat this process over and over again to proliferate a lot of time. Other than the station mechanic, here are some cards that can give you charge counter right away. Filigree Vector can automatically give a charge counter to each artifact and a +1/+1 counter to each creature you control. Power Conduit can remove a counter to give charge counter to your artifact. Reckoner Bankbuster can get 3 charge counters, and you can now activate its ability without worrying having little or no charge counters. Coalition Relic can help you put charge counter and then give you tons of mana during your next precon main phase. Vidalcan Infuser can give you a charge counter during your upkeep. By having a lot of charge counters, you can win the game with Darksteel Reactor, draw a lot of cards with Arcane Spyglass. Vaccine Puzzle Box can now tutor for any artifacts and put onto the battlefield, taking multiple extra turns with Magistrate Scepter. Create tons of Golem with Golem Foundry. Kilo is such an interesting and busted commander to build around, but I can't help to feel that this precon might be a combo deck to win. Hopefully, we get to see more powerful spacecraft in the future. The Edge of Eternity precons offer 2 very strong and unique commanders, but they are actually the secondary commanders. The primary commanders are actually the spacecraft. For the World Shaper precon, the spacecraft is called Hearthulk, a massive seed ship. For the Counter Intelligence precon, the spacecraft is called Inspirit, an interstellar vessel. Each precon will introduce 12 brand new commander cards compared to the previous 10 back in Tarkir or Eterdrift. Sounds exciting. I can't wait to see what's in store for Edge of Eternity. Lastly, we have a sneak peek on Avatar Aang from the upcoming Universe Beyond Avatar The Last Airbender set. He's a 4-mana 4/4 with red, green, white, blue color identity. He has flying and firebending too. Whenever you waterbend, earthbend, firebend, or airbend, draw a card. Then, if you've done all 4 this turn, transform Avatar Aang. We don't have much information on the bending keywords yet, but whenever you do this bending, you get to draw a card. Avatar Aang is actually a card draw engine. Next, you transform him into Aang, Master of Elements. He still has flying, but now he has 2 crazy abilities. Spells you cast cost Woober less to cast, and at the beginning of each upkeep, you may transform Aang back to Avatar Aang. If you do, you gain 4 life, draw 4 cards, put 4 +1/+1 counters on himself, and he deals 4 damage to each opponent. Sounds like Omnath, Locus of Creation's ability. If you have Fist of Sun or Joda, and you can cast spells for free that transform back to Avatar Aang's ability, is pretty solid too. And you can do this during your opponent's upkeep. What a strange timing, but okay. By the way, did you know that there's one card that can transform Aang without bending the 4 elements, and that is Moon Mist. Moon Mist is getting a lot of attention because of Final Fantasy, as it can transform any double-face card with ease, and it can be done at instant speed. Avatar The Last Airbender set will release on 21st of November this year. And that is all for this video. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to mention there are 2 future product line in 2026. On 23rd of January 2026, we are getting Lowryn Eclipsed that feature the light and dark duality of Lowryn and Shadowmoor. We don't have much information yet, but there are 2 gorgeous pictures to share with you all. I bet one of the commander precon for this set is going to be an elf tribal. Then we're getting Secret of Strixhaven in 2026 too. We are finally going back to the wizarding school in the magic universe, and perhaps a universe beyond tie-in with, I don't know, a famous British wizarding school like Harry Potter perhaps. With that being said, that is all for today's video. What do you think about Avatar Aang, Kilo, and Szarel? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm always so curious to know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.